Hi everyone, and welcome to another class on my YouTube channel, Tom Yoga Om. Today's class is all about finding a flow in our bodies, finding a flow in the physical body, a flow to the breath, a flow in our practice, and hopefully that effectively will bring a flow to our mind and our sense of calmness within ourselves. So let's get to it. So the first thing we're going to do is start on our backs, and it's just a really nice way to get ourselves to drop into the moment and into the room. So you can start by placing one hand onto your belly, one hand onto your chest, and make any adjustments you need to get comfortable. Have your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, and just take a big breath down into your belly, up into your chest. And exhale out of your mouth with a sigh. 2 more breaths like that. Breathing in and out. Last one. Good. We're just going to stay here for 10 deep breaths in and out. And as you inhale, I want you to breathe through your nostrils. Just allow your body to soften. And take this time to follow your breath. And tune into its flow. Notice, does it feel expansive or small? Does it feel easy to breathe, or is it a little bit challenging today? Tune in as well into your physical body. Notice how your body's feeling today. Notice the weight of your body on the mat, on the ground. And just allow it to soften as you exhale. And we've got about 3 deep breaths in and out here. So just take this last little moment to tune in and drop in. And if you've got an intention for your class today, you can set one for yourself. Just checking in with what's going on for you at the start of the class, so that when you come back to this sensation, this tuning in at the end of the class, you can notice the difference. Take 1 more big breath in and out. And on your next inhale, just reach your arms up to the ceiling and take a big breath in, stretching them up vertically and lifting your shoulders off the floor, but keep your head on the ground. As you breathe in, lift up, and as you breathe out, just lower those shoulders down and soften. Good. 2 more here. So breathing in, lifting those arms up, reaching them up, and exhaling, lowering down. And 1 more big breath in. Reach up a little bit higher. And breathe it out. Good. Drop your arms back behind you. If you don't have space, you can take a hold of your elbows like this, so. And I just want you to take 2 deep breaths into the front of the body, into your belly, into your chest, into your shoulders. Breathing in, expanding, creating space, and breathing out, softening. And just take 1 more big breath in and out like that. Feeling the front body slowly open, and exhale to soften. Good. As you inhale next, I want you to lift your hands up. And as you exhale, just float them down towards your heels. And from here, just start to inhale, lift your arms back up behind you. So breathing in, lifting them up and reaching them back. Letting your inhale end when your hands touch the floor. As you exhale, float your hands down and back beside your heels. Exhale ends when your hands touch the floor. 1 more like that. Breathing in, lifting up. And breathing out, floating down. Good. And on your next breath in, we're going to keep that movement happening with the arms. I want you to lift your hips up as well to come into your bridge pose. Make it a gentle one. just to begin with, just lifting up a little bit, reaching your arms back, breathing in, and breathing out, floating your arms down and rolling your spine back down onto the floor. Good, let's do 2 more like that. Maybe lifting up a little higher. So breathing in, lifting the hips and the arms up. Reaching back, finding your flow, keeping your shoulders relaxed. And exhale, float down. Good, and last one here. Breathing in, lifting up. Maybe lift those hips up a little bit higher again. And exhale, float your hands down. Good, last stretch on the ground here. I want you to lift your hips up, but keep your arms down. And take your fingers underneath you and interlace your hands together, your fingers together, and squeeze up onto the tops of your shoulders. So you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. Press your feet down into the floor and notice your knees might want to open out to the side. So can you draw those in? And press down into the floor, your arms, and lift those hips up. Exhale to ground down here. And take one more big breath in. Stretching into the thighs, the hips, and as you exhale, release your arms and roll yourself down onto the ground. Good. Then bring your knees into your chest. Give them a gentle squeeze in. As you exhale, draw them in a little bit closer. And as you inhale, we're just going to reach our legs and arms in opposite directions. Opening up, stretching, finding some length. And then exhale, bring your arms beside you and lift yourself up into a comfortable seat. Now for my yoga classes, I like to have some bricks handy. If you've got those, you can pause the video and just bring them to the top of your mat. If you don't have bricks, don't worry about it. I'll make sure that we do movements and poses where you don't need them. But they're there as an option. And bricks can also be a really good way to kind of support your yoga practice. Make sure that you're not pushing beyond your limit, that it's challenging but not too challenging. And that's often the way that we build flexibility and strength in yoga. Anyway, just start by taking your hands onto your knees and breathe into your belly and your chest. Lift your belly and your chest up nice and tall. And as you exhale, can you relax your shoulders? Maybe relax your eyelids, closing your eyes or softening your gaze. And just take 2 more deep breaths in and out like that. Breathing in, lifting the belly and the chest up. And exhale, just soften your shoulders and your neck. Feel the space underneath your feet and underneath your sit bones. And take 1 more big breath in. And a slow breath out. Good. We're just going to keep this calmness. I want you to breathe into the belly and the chest again. And this time as you exhale, just circle your torso forward and around to the opposite side. And back. And we're just circling. And what you're looking for now is a really gentle stretch into your lower back. Because we've just started the class, it's important to not go too deep. Maybe you're feeling really flexible, and if that's the case, you can take it to that limit, but otherwise just take it easy. Notice what your body feels like, and then we're going to change direction for 3 more rotations. And keep breathing. Exhaling as you move forward, inhaling as you move up. And just take 1 more rotation here, noticing how your body feels, and come back to center. Good, and then just keeping those hands on your knees, circle your shoulder blades, or your shoulders rather, a couple of times, loosening out into the neck and that shoulder space, and then change sides. 1, 2, and 3. Good, and then bring your hands beside you, and as you inhale, sweep your arms up. Take a big breath in. And exhale, float your hands down. And inhale up, reaching up through those arms, through the side body. And exhale, floating down. And this time as you lift up, can you relax your shoulders? So keep them nice and soft, even though you're extending up through the arms and the sides of your body. And exhale, float down. And 2 more like this, breathing in, lifting up. And just starting to work those arms and feel their strength, feel their level of energy right now. Last one. Because we're going to use them today to bring us in and out of the postures. So it's kind of good to check in. Good. As you inhale next, sweep your arms up, and on your exhale, just twist to your left side. So your right hand comes to your left knee, your left hand comes behind you, and you're just twisting to the left. Good. Press down into your sitting bones, lift your spine up and your chest up a little taller. And exhale, twist here. And take one more big breath in. And a small, smooth breath out. Small and smooth. Good. Next breath in, come back to center. Reach your arms up. And exhale, twist to the other side. Looking towards the right shoulder. And take 2 breaths here and see if you can just soften through the shoulders. Just softening through the tops of the shoulders. On the exhale, if you want to twist a little bit deeper, you can. And then inhale back to center, sweep both arms up. And from here, drop your left hand down onto the ground, onto the floor. And reach your right arm up, breathing in. And then exhale it over towards that left side. We just start by lifting your right arm up and slide your shoulder and your shoulder blade down towards your hips so that it's not all up in the neck. Nice. And then extend over. Take one more big breath into the right side. Exhale to extend a little further, leaning a little further, opening into that flank, and then press into the floor and lift yourself up. Exhale your right hand down onto the ground. Exhale your left arm over to the right side. Good. And then lift that left arm up. First breath in. Slide your shoulder down towards the hip and exhale to extend. One more full breath in and out. And if it feels okay for your neck, you might like to look up towards the ceiling, towards the sky, just to integrate the neck into your stretch. Good. And then press into your bottom hand. Lift both arms up. Full breath in. And exhale your hands down through to your heart center. Interlace your fingers, index fingers pointing forward, and just extend your arms out in front of you with a pistol grip. This is called sword pose. Start to draw your arms away from each other so you're feeling a stretch in your back, and then round your back behind you a little bit, draw your chin in, and take 2 deep breaths into the back body. Feel that space open on the inhale, feel it soften on the exhale. One more breath here. Pull those hands away from each other. Good. And then drop the hands down. Come back to center. Take your arms behind you now. Interlace the fingers. Take a big breath into the front belly and into the chest. As you reach your arms down, lift your chest up. And as you exhale, I want you to take your hands onto your right side, still interlaced, like so, and drop your ear towards your right shoulder. So your right ear down towards your right shoulder. Good. And just find that stretch in the left side of your neck. Take 2 deep breaths in and out. Try to soften through the tops of the shoulders. And after that second exhale, slowly lift your head back to center. Inhale to reach your arms back behind you. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, bring those hands onto the opposite side, so underneath the left shoulder and onto the left side of the body. That's it. And then you're dropping your left ear down to your left shoulder. And take 2 breaths in and out here. And notice if you can feel the difference between these 2 sides. Does one side feel tighter or more open? And can you just soften a little bit more? Good. Next breath in. Just come back to center. Reach those arms back behind you. Breathe it in. And as you exhale, release your hands, shake them out, and come forward onto your hands and your knees into a tabletop position. From here, press down into your hands, your knees, and your feet. And as you breathe in, drop your belly down, open your chest up. Create a bit of space. And as you breathe out, press into your hands, your knees, and your feet. Round your back away from you. 2 more like that, just flowing into our cat-cows. Can you bend your elbows inwards to drive your shoulder blades and your shoulders away from your ears? And as you exhale, press the floor away. Last one here, breathe it in. And exhale, press it all away. Good, and then come back to a neutral position. Step your right leg back behind you onto the floor and just move your heel forwards and backwards. I've just played a bit of football or soccer and my hamstrings and my legs are so tired. So for me right now, that's what I'm kind of tuning into and trying to soften it a little bit by this hamstring stretch. Just notice what's going on for you. Take one more breath. When you're ready, come up onto your left fingertips, lift your right leg up off the floor and extend your left arm out in front of you. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bring your elbow knee together, round your back. 2 more. Inhale, extend. And exhale, bring it together. And last one, breathing in. And exhale, bring it together. Good, and then plant everything down onto the floor. Step your left leg back behind you and just move the heel forwards and backwards. You can already lift up onto your right fingertips. Take one more big breath in and out. Notice the difference on this side. And on your next inhale, lift your left leg up off the floor. Extend your right arm out in front of you. Take a big breath in. And exhale, draw everything together. And inhale, extend. And exhale, bring it together. 2 more. Inhale, extend. And exhale, bring it together. And last one, full breath in. And a slow breath out. Good, and then drop everything onto the floor. And from here, what I want you to do is bring your feet together, your knees together, press into your hands, and walk your hands back towards your feet. So you then lift your knees up off the ground to stretch into the tops of the feet. Exhale, lower down. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling, rocking back, lifting the knees up. And exhale, lower down. And then come onto your hands and your knees. Tuck your toes under. And just press into your hands, coming back into a Thunderbolt Pose. Sitting back onto the heels, stretching into the arches of the feet. You might find yourself coming down this low and that's enough for you. And if that's the case, great, just stay there. Let's take one more big breath in. Just try to calm yourself though your body's under this stressful position. Good, and then really gently bring yourself forward onto your hands, your knees, and step back into a plank. And let's take a big breath in here. A big breath out, engage through the thighs, the hamstrings, even your core. And then take one more big breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to lower your knees down onto the floor. Bend your elbows so that your elbows stay above your wrists. And lower yourself down onto your belly. Move these bricks out of the way. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. Press your feet into the floor. And inhale up into a really small cobra. Just a little one. See if you can squeeze your shoulder blades together. And imagine that someone's pulling you back by the elbows, so you're driving your elbows back behind you and creating space in doing so between the shoulders and your neck. So as you draw those elbows back, just notice how that stretches the space around the shoulders and the neck. Good, and exhale, lower down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lifting up just a little bit. And exhale, lower down. This time, same thing, but I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together. So breathing in, lifting up, draw the elbows back, and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. And exhale, lower down. Good, tuck your toes under, power up into a plank or a tabletop. And exhale back to downward facing dog. And for this first down dog, because our hamstrings still haven't opened up a lot, just bend your knees left to right and find a nice stretch in the backs of your legs. And on your next inhale, lift your hips and your heels up off the floor, come up onto your toes. And as you exhale, drop your heels down, send your hips back. And it's okay to bend the knees. Just notice what's going on for you today. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, grounding down. And on this next one, we're going to inhale, lift the hips and the heels up. And I want you to exhale, step forward into Uttanasana, into a forward fold. Bend those knees real generously to begin with. Inhale into your halfway lift. And exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Good. Today I want you to take your hands onto your hips, drop your hips down, and then straighten your legs into a standing pose. Nice. Inhale to sweep your arms up, and exhale to drop your hands through to your heart center. And step your feet hip distance apart. Let's take 2 more breaths like that. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale, lower down. And 1 more, breathing in, lifting up, breathing out, lowering down. Good. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up, and we're going to flow into Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A. As you exhale, fold yourself all the way forward. Inhale up into your halfway lift. Exhale, fold all the way down. And from here, come down onto your fingertips or onto your hands and step your left leg back behind you. Good. As you breathe in, open your chest up. Draw your elbows down. Draw your elbows down. That'll be confusing. Bend your elbows a little bit and see if you can bend them so much so that you have the sensation that your shoulders and your neck are moving away from each other. That's it. And then open up into the chest as you breathe in. As you exhale, step back into your plank and lower yourself down. Inhale up into your Cobra. Draw those elbows back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, lower down. And then press yourself up into a plank or a tabletop. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Good. Next breath in, lift your left leg up off the floor. Exhale to step it forward to the top of the mat. Take a big breath in to open up into the chest. Bend those elbows again. And kind of reach the chest forward. And as you exhale, step your back foot forward. Forward fold. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, fold all the way down. Press into your feet. Sweep your arms all the way up. And exhale your hands down through to your heart center. Let's do the other side. Breathing in, lifting up. And exhale, folding all the way down. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Plant your hands on the floor. This time we step the right leg back. So breathing in as you step the leg back and lift your chest forward. Bend those elbows. Exhale to step back into a plank and lower yourself down. Inhale into your Cobra. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Draw those elbows back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up into a plank or a tabletop. And exhale back to down dog. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale up into that low lunge. Reach your chest forward, bend into the elbows. Exhale, step the back foot forward to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press into the feet, sweep up. Exhale, lower your hands through to your heart center. Good. Just take a breath in and out. Ground down into your feet. And check in with how your energy is feeling here. So being underneath all of this glass and sun, even though I'm in the middle of winter at the moment, it's getting a little bit hot. If that's the case for you as well, I want to show you now a cleansing breath, a pranayama that you can use to cool your body down. And this is especially the case, our body heats up, especially after we do a quick succession of asanas with single breaths like in a vinyasa practice. What I'd like you to do is just take a deep breath in through your nostrils and exhale out of your mouth with a sigh. And on your next breath in, grit your teeth as though you're drawing like a fake smile and inhale through those gritted teeth. And exhale out of your nose. Let's do 2 more like that. So inhaling through gritted teeth. Exhale out of your nose. And 1 more. And notice how this cools your body down. And exhale out of your nose. Let's do 1 more round on each side. So inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, float all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold all the way down. Plant your hands, step your left leg back, breathing into your low lunge. Lift your chest forward, reach it forward. Exhale, step back into your plank and lower down. Inhale for your Cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up into your tabletop or a plank. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Next breath in, left leg goes up, breathe it in. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale into your low lunge, reach your chest forward. Exhale, step the back foot forward to come into a forward fold. Inhale up into your halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Press into your feet, sweep your arms up, big breath in. And exhale your hands down through to your heart center. One more side, and then we'll do that cleansing breath again, that cooling breath again. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold all the way down. Good. From here, step your right leg back, breathe it in. Open your chest up. Exhale, step back into a plank. Let's slow it down. Lower yourself down onto the mat, onto the ground. Inhale up into your Cobra. Exhale, lower all the way down. Power up into your plank or your tabletop. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step it forward to the top of the mat. Inhale into your low lunge. Reach your chest forward. Exhale, step the back foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet. Sweep your arms all the way up, breathing in. And exhale your hands down through to your heart center. Just take a big breath in and out. Exhale, ground down into your feet. Feel your shoulders soften, your neck soften. And then some cooling breaths. So inhaling through gritted teeth. Exhaling through the nostrils. Let's do 2 more. And exhale. 1 more. Good, and then take the breath through to your nostrils as you inhale and exhale. And see if you can find a sense of stillness and a sense of mental clarity here as you follow the breath in and out. In yoga, we're working with what's called prana, or the energy, or the life force all around us. And the energy is what the universe is made out of, and it's what we're made out of. And I kind of like to think of it as the atoms or energy between particles. And in yoga, we teach that though sometimes it's good to build that energy up and build our strength up and build our heat up, like you might find in like a hot yoga class, sometimes it's also good to release it when it gets a little bit too much or if it's a little bit too hot. So that cooling breath is really good at doing that. The other thing to remember is that we don't want to get too cold or release too much energy, because that's the whole purpose of what we're doing, is to get that energy and that flow and that prana moving again. So when we breathe through the nostrils, slowly inhale, slowly exhale. And said that not only do we control the energy and the flow of the breath as it passes in and out, but we can also use that control to regulate the energy that passes in and out of us through the form of the breath. So just take a moment to sit here, stand here rather, and breathe through the nostrils. And notice your own energy. Notice how it feels to be here right now. Notice the connection between your body and your mind. And just take one more big breath in and out here. Good. We've got one more little exercise or asana to do before we wrap this class up. So what I'd like you to do here, and from here rather, is to step your feet wide but keep your heels pointed in. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, we're just going to come into a low yogi squat. It's called Malasana. Take your arms onto the insides of your knees and your knees onto the outsides of your arms. So sometimes I see people doing this, resting on top, but our arms are actually on the inside. Good, and from here, gently press your knees inwards, and at the same time, press your arms outwards so that you feel a bit of a resistance of the pressure in with the legs and the pressing out of the arms. And keep that pressure there, keep the hands gently together, and once again, just find that smooth flow of your breath. That smooth flow of your energy, the smooth flow of your prana. Connect to how it feels in your body right now. And take one more big breath in. And a slow breath out. And then release your hands to the floor. Now, it's just really quickly, I just want to note that for some of you, you might find that your heels don't quite get down to the ground. And that's simply because you've got a different bone structure in your ankle. And usually that's what the case is. And so if that is what you're finding for yourself, it's what you've got bricks or books or pillows for. You can either take them underneath the heels, so you could take one brick under each heel, or you can sit up onto something like so. You still get the benefits of dropping into this pose and feeling the stretch. Alrighty. From here, all I want us to do is to make our way to the top of the mat and come down onto our sitting bones, like so. And then slowly roll yourself down onto your back and bring your knees into your chest. Give them a gentle squeeze before releasing your feet down onto the floor. Take your arms out beside you and hold on to the sides of your mat. And then from here, pressing into the back of your head, I want you to lift your shoulders off the floor, slide them towards your hips, and place them back down. Take one hand onto your belly, one hand onto your chest. Take a big breath into that front body, lifting your arms up on the inhale. And exhale to relax. Good. Take another big breath in. And as you exhale, just drop your knees to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, drop your knees to the left. Inhale back to center. Drop them to the right. And back to center. And drop them to the left. Let's do two more on each side. And then just release into your lower back. One more round. Good. Then come back to a neutral position. Bring your knees into your chest. Give them a gentle squeeze. And from here you can extend your legs out onto the floor or have your knees bent with your feet flat on the ground. Keep your hands on your belly and on your chest. And let's just take 10 deep breaths in and out to close this class. Let your breath flow in naturally. And try to make your exhale the same length of time as your inhale. Notice the feeling of your body as you lie here. And notice if it feels any different to how it felt at the start of the class when it comes to how your breath is feeling, how it feels to breathe. Does your breath feel more expansive or less so, or the same? And how does your physical body feel? So over the next 2-3 breaths that you have left, see if you can soften yourself a little bit more. And if you'd like to reflect on your affirmation that you set for yourself at the start of the class, then feel free to do so. Take one more full breath in and out. And then start to wriggle your fingers and your toes. And on a breath in, reach your arms back behind you. Stretch your feet out. And exhale to bring your knees onto your chest. Give them a squeeze. Roll over onto your right side. And take a breath in and out here. Keep checking in with your body and with your breath and with your energy. And then press yourself up to the top of the mat. And we're just going to close the class with 3 gentle breaths in. So just start by lifting your arms up. Reach them up as you inhale. Exhale to bring your hands through to your heart center. Let's take 3 deep breaths in and out to close this class. Just noticing the energy inside of you, energy of your breath, the energy of your body. And hopefully feeling a sense of calm flow within you. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the class, and I hope that your body feels like it's flowing and well. Namaste.